Why failure is the secret power successful people don't tell you. Failure is not the end. It is the beginning. Failure feels heavy. It feels like a closed door. It feels like darkness after a small light. You try your best. You work hard. You believe it will succeed. Then it breaks. An exam you studied for, a job you wanted, a dream you carried for years, it falls apart in front of you. In that moment, your heart speaks first. It says you are not good enough. It says you are not smart enough. It says you should stop trying. But the heart is emotional. The heart is afraid. There is another voice inside you, a quieter voice, a stronger voice. That voice says something different. It says this is not the end. It says this is training. It says this is power in disguise. Most people never hear that voice. They stop at the pain. They stop at the embarrassment. They stop at the fear. And they walk away. But successful people stay. They stay in the uncomfortable moment. They stay in the lesson. They stay in the fire. That is the difference. Failure is not special. Everyone fails. Everyone falls. Everyone makes mistakes. The difference is not failure. The difference is reaction. Some people see failure as a wall. Successful people see it as a door. A door to what? A door to strength. A door to wisdom. A door to self-knowledge. Failure shows you things success hides. When you win, you celebrate. When you win, you feel proud. When you win, you move on. But when you fail, you look deeper. You ask questions. You search for reasons. Failure forces you to think. It asks you, where were you weak? Where were you careless? Where did you give up too soon? These questions are uncomfortable, but they are powerful. Imagine a sword. If it stays cold, it is weak. If it enters the fire, it becomes strong. Failure is that fire. It burns your ego. It burns your excuses. It burns your illusions. What remains is truth, and truth is power. Successful people do not tell you this often because it does not sound beautiful. It does not sound easy. It does not sell quickly, but it is real. Failure is secret power. When you fail, you meet yourself. You meet your patience or your impatience. You meet your discipline or your laziness. You meet your courage or your fear. Failure is a mirror. Many people break the mirror. They blame others. They blame luck. They blame the world. Successful people look into the mirror. They stay there. They study what they see, and then they improve it. Think about a child learning to walk. The child falls again and again. The child cries sometimes, but the child stands again. The child never thinks, maybe walking is not for me. The child keeps trying. That is natural courage. As adults, we lose it. We become careful. We become afraid. We protect our image. We do not want to look foolish, so we stop trying new things. We stop dreaming big dreams. We choose safe paths. Safe feels comfortable. Safe feels quiet. But safe also feels small. Failure only comes when you try. No attempt, no failure, but also no growth. If you never risk, you never expand. If you never fail, you never evolve. Comfort builds routine. Failure builds strength. Strength is not built in easy days. Strength is built in difficult nights. It is built when you want to quit but continue. It is built when you feel doubt but act anyway. That is why failure is powerful. It trains your mind. Your mind wants comfort. Your mind wants certainty. Your mind wants safety. Failure removes certainty. Failure removes safety. And when safety disappears, you grow. You learn to stand without support. You learn to trust yourself. You learn to adapt. Adaptation is survival. Survival is strength. Look at nature. Trees grow stronger in wind. Muscles grow stronger with resistance. Diamonds form under pressure. Nothing powerful grows in comfort. You are the same. When life shakes you, it is not destroying you, it is shaping you, but only if you allow it. There are two ways to face failure. First way, you say, I am a failure. You connect the mistake to your identity. Second way, you say, I failed. You connect the mistake to an action. These are different sentences. They create different futures. If you say, I am a failure, you stop. If you say, I failed, you adjust. Language shapes belief. Belief shapes action. Action shapes destiny. Successful people protect their identity. They do not let one result define them. They do not let one mistake control their future. They understand something important. Failure is temporary. Learning is permanent. When you fail, you collect data. You collect experience. You collect awareness. No one can steal experience from you. Money can disappear. Fame can disappear. Opportunities can disappear. Experience stays. That is why people who fail and rise are dangerous in a good way. They are calm in chaos. They are steady in storms. They have seen worse. They have survived worse.
Failure removes fear of failure. Read that again in your mind. Failure removes fear of failure. The first time you fall, it hurts deeply. The second time, it still hurts. The third time, you understand the pattern. Soon, fear becomes smaller. Soon, courage becomes bigger. This is secret power. A person who is not afraid to fail is unstoppable, because that person will try more, learn more, grow more. While others hesitate, this person moves. And movement wins. Not immediately, not perfectly, but eventually. The world rewards persistence. Many people stop one step before success. They stop because it feels hard. They stop because it feels embarrassing. They stop because they think everyone is watching. The truth is, most people are busy with their own problems. They are not thinking about your mistakes. The fear of judgment is often an illusion. Even if someone laughs, it changes nothing. Your growth is still yours. Your lesson is still yours. Let them laugh. Let them doubt. Let them misunderstand. If you continue, you win in the long run. Failure is expensive only when you refuse to learn. If you repeat the same mistake again and again without reflection, you pay a high price. But if you pause and study what happened, failure becomes investment. It becomes training for future success. Think about a person building a business. The first idea fails. The second idea struggles. The third idea improves. By the fourth idea, the person understands customers better, understands timing better, understands strategy better. The outside world sees the fourth success. They call it luck, but it was built on 3 failures. This is why failure is secret power. It builds layers inside you. Patience, wisdom, emotional control, strategic thinking. These qualities do not appear in easy times. They appear in hard times. Ask yourself, if everything always worked perfectly, would you grow deeply? Probably not. You would stay comfortable. You would stay the same. Failure pushes you to become more focused, more disciplined, more creative. Creativity often comes from problems. When one path closes, you search for another. You think differently. You innovate. Many great ideas were born from mistakes. Many breakthroughs came after frustration. Failure forces innovation. That is power. There is something else failure gives you: humility. When you succeed too easily, ego grows fast. Ego makes you blind. Ego makes you careless. Failure humbles you. It reminds you to prepare better. It reminds you to respect the process. Humble people grow faster because they stay open. They listen. They adjust. They learn. Arrogant people repeat mistakes. So failure protects you from arrogance. It protects you from becoming weak inside success. This is why many people who succeed too quickly lose everything. They never built inner strength. They never built resilience. Resilience is the ability to return, to stand up again, to rebuild. Without resilience, success is fragile. With resilience, success is stable. Failure builds resilience. Every time you survive disappointment, you expand your emotional capacity. You learn that pain is not permanent. You learn that sadness passes. You learn that effort still matters. And once you know you can survive failure, you become braver. Bravery is not the absence of fear. Bravery is action despite fear. Failure teaches bravery. Because after you fail once, you realize something powerful. You are still alive. You are still capable. You still have time. The world did not end. Your life did not collapse. You simply learned. And learning is progress. This is only the beginning. Failure is not here to stop you. It is here to prepare you. In the next part, we will go deeper. We will explore how to use failure intentionally, how to turn pain into strategy, how to build unstoppable discipline from setbacks. For now, remember this simple truth: failure is not your enemy. It is your hidden advantage. And the moment you see it this way, your life begins to change. Part 2. How to turn failure into strength. Failure is powerful, but only if you use it. Pain alone does not change you. Reflection changes you. Many people fail. Few people analyze. That is why many repeat the same mistakes. If you want failure to become strength, you must slow down. You must think. You must observe yourself honestly. After every failure, ask simple questions. What went wrong? What did I ignore? What can I improve? Do not ask, why am I so bad? Do not ask, why does this always happen to me? These questions create weakness. Better questions create power. Instead, ask, what is this teaching me? What skill do I need to build? What habit must I change? Failure is feedback. If you treat it as feedback, you grow fast. If you treat it as shame, you shrink. There is no shame in trying. There is only shame in refusing to learn. Learning turns pain into progress. Think about athletes. They lose games, they miss shots, they fall behind. After a loss, they do not just cry. They review the game. They study the mistakes. They train harder. They adjust strategy. The next time they compete, they are sharper, more aware, more prepared. You must do the same in life. When something fails, do not rush to the next attempt. Pause. Silence is powerful after failure. In silence, you see clearly. In silence, emotions calm down. In silence, truth appears. When emotions are high, decisions are weak. So wait, breathe, think, then rebuild. There are 4 steps to turn failure into strength. First step, accept responsibility. Not blame, responsibility. Blame points outward. Responsibility looks inward. Maybe the timing was wrong. Maybe other people made mistakes. But always ask, what could I have done better? This question makes you stronger. Second step,
Identify the missing skill. Every failure reveals a gap. Maybe you lacked patience. Maybe you lacked planning. Maybe you lacked communication. Maybe you lacked discipline. When you identify the gap, you know what to train. Without clarity, you train randomly. With clarity, you grow precisely. Third step, create a better plan. Trying again with the same strategy is not courage, it is blindness. Courage is adjusting. Maybe you need more preparation. Maybe you need a mentor. Maybe you need practice. Maybe you need to wake up earlier. Small changes create big results over time. Fourth step, act again. Do not stay in analysis forever. Reflection is powerful, but action completes the cycle. Fail, learn, adjust, act again. This cycle builds unstoppable progress. Now let us talk about discipline. Discipline is born in difficulty. Motivation feels exciting. Motivation feels energetic. Motivation feels strong in the beginning, but motivation fades. When results are slow, motivation disappears. When progress is invisible, motivation weakens. This is where failure becomes your trainer. Failure tests your discipline. When you fail, you feel tired. You feel disappointed. You feel tempted to quit. If you continue anyway, discipline grows. Discipline is the ability to act without emotion, to wake up when you feel lazy, to study when you feel bored, to try again when you feel discouraged. Every failure is a chance to practice discipline. You wanted success. Now life asks, do you want it enough? Success is not about talent alone. It is about consistency. Talent starts the race. Discipline finishes it. Many talented people fail long-term, not because they are not smart, but because they stop when it gets hard.
Discipline says continue, even when no one is watching, even when no one is clapping, even when results are invisible. Failure gives you these silent moments, moments where only you decide, quit or grow. Every time you choose growth, you become stronger inside. And strength inside is more important than applause outside. Now let us talk about fear. Fear grows when you avoid failure. If you run away from difficult situations, fear becomes bigger. If you face them, fear becomes smaller. The first time you speak in public, you shake. The second time, you are nervous. The third time, you improve. Exposure reduces fear. Failure is exposure to difficulty. When you survive failure, fear loses power. You realize something important. I can handle this. Confidence is built through survival, not through perfection. Perfect results do not build confidence. Overcoming challenges builds confidence. When you recover from failure, you trust yourself more. You know you can rebuild. You know you can adapt. You know you can continue. This trust is real confidence. Real confidence says, even if I fail again, I will learn again. This mindset is dangerous in a positive way, because now nothing can stop you for long. Another trap after failure is comparison. You fail, then you look at someone succeeding. You think they are better. You think they are ahead, but you see only the surface. You see their success. You do not see their private struggles. Every strong person has hidden scars. Every successful person has silent failures. Comparison steals energy. Energy should go to growth, not to jealousy. Focus on your path. Your timeline is different. Your lessons are different. Your speed is different. Growth is personal. If you compare your beginning to someone else's middle, you will always feel behind. Instead, compare yourself to your past self. Are you stronger than last year? Are you wiser than last month? Are you more disciplined than yesterday?
If yes, you are winning. Small improvement every day becomes massive change over time. Failure helps you see improvement clearly, because when you fall, you measure how high you rise next time. Now let us go deeper. Failure also builds emotional intelligence. When things go wrong, emotions appear fast. Anger, sadness, embarrassment, frustration. If you react without control, you damage relationships, you damage opportunities. But if you learn to sit with emotions, you mature. Emotional control is strength.
Failure gives you practice in emotional control. You learn to respond instead of react. You learn to breathe before speaking. You learn to think before deciding. These skills create powerful leaders. Leaders are not people who never fail. Leaders are people who stay calm in failure. Calm minds make better decisions. Better decisions create better futures. Failure also teaches patience. In a fast world, patience is rare. People want instant results, instant success, instant recognition, but real growth is slow. Like a tree growing underground before it appears above soil. Failure slows you down. It forces you to wait. It forces you to build foundations. Without foundations, success collapses. Patience builds foundations. When you learn to wait and work at the same time, you become unstoppable. Now think about resilience again. Resilience is not strength during easy days. It is strength during storms. Storms reveal structure. If a building collapses in wind, it was weak. If you collapse after one failure, your mindset was fragile. But if you stand again, your foundation strengthens. Every recovery increases resilience, and resilience is the core of long-term success. Short-term success is common. Long-term success is rare. Long-term success belongs to resilient people. Failure trains resilience daily. When you see failure as training, everything changes. You stop asking why this is happening to me. You start asking how this is preparing me. Preparation is powerful. You may not see the result today. You may not understand the reason now, but lessons learned today will protect you tomorrow. One day you will face a bigger challenge, and you will handle it calmly. Why? Because you trained in smaller failures before. Failure prepares you for higher responsibility. If you cannot handle small setbacks, you cannot handle big success. Big success brings pressure, expectations, responsibility. Failure trains you for that pressure. In truth, failure is protection. It protects you from rising too fast without inner strength. It protects you from success you cannot maintain. This is secret power. Most people want the reward. Few people accept the preparation. Preparation often looks like failure, but it is shaping you quietly. In the next part, we will go even deeper. We will explore how to transform failure into long-term power, how to build a mindset that makes you fearless, how to create a future where setbacks cannot stop you. For now, remember this. Failure is not against you, it is working for you. If you are brave enough to listen. Part 3. Turn pain into power. Failure can break you, or it can build you. The choice is yours. Many people stop after pain. They feel shame. They feel small. They feel tired. They say, "I tried." They say, "It is not for me." They walk away. But successful people do something different. They stay. They look at the pain. They ask, "What is this teaching me?" This question changes everything. Failure is not your enemy. It is your mirror. It shows you your fear. It shows you your weakness. It shows you your ego. But it also shows you your strength. When you fail, your true self appears. Not the mask, not the smile, not the image for social media. The real you.
And this is powerful, because you cannot grow if you do not know yourself. Failure makes you honest. You see your habits. You see your excuses. You see where you quit too early. This honesty hurts, but it is clean. It is clear. It is strong. Now you can change. Without failure, you stay comfortable. Comfort feels good, but comfort keeps you small. Growth lives outside comfort. Think about a seed. A seed must break before it grows. The shell must crack. The inside must push through darkness. Only then can it reach the light. You are the same. Your failure is the crack. Your pain is the pressure. Your struggle is the push. Do not be afraid of breaking. Breaking is becoming. Successful people understand this. They do not avoid pain. They use it. They turn anger into fuel. They turn shame into discipline. They turn fear into focus. You can do the same. When something goes wrong, stop running. Sit down. Write what happened. Write what you felt. Write what you learned. This simple act gives you power, because now you are not a victim. You are a student. Students grow. Victims wait. Which one do you want to be? Every great success story has failure inside it. A writer faces rejection. An athlete loses many games. An entrepreneur loses money. But they continue. They improve a little each time. They change strategy. They build skill. They build character. Character is more important than talent. Talent can open a door. Character keeps you in the room. Failure builds character. It builds patience. It builds courage. It builds resilience. Resilience means you stand up again and again and again. Not because it is easy, but because it matters. Your dream matters. Maybe you want better English. Maybe you want a new career. Maybe you want freedom. It will not be smooth. It will not be perfect. You will forget words. You will make mistakes. You will feel slow. That is normal. Do not stop. Every mistake is practice. Every wrong sentence is a step forward. Every small effort counts. Progress is not loud. It is quiet. It is daily. Success does not come from one big moment. It comes from many small corrections. Failure shows you what to correct. Without failure, you guess. With failure, you know. This is the secret power. Most people are afraid to look foolish. They protect their image. They avoid risk. But image does not build a future. Courage does. Courage means you try again, even when people laugh, even when no one claps. You do not need everyone to believe in you. You need you to believe in you. Belief grows when you survive hard times. Each time you fail and continue, your mind changes. You become stronger inside. You say, I did not die. You say, I am still here. You say, I can try again. This builds deep confidence. Not fake confidence, real confidence. Real confidence says, I can handle problems. I can learn. I can grow. And when you believe this, nothing can stop you for long. Failure is not the end of the road. It is the training ground, the gym for your mind. Every challenge is a weight, heavy at first, painful at first, but if you lift it again and again, you become stronger. One day, what was heavy feels light. One day, what made you cry makes you smile, because now you understand. Failure did not destroy you, it prepared you. So do not hide from it. Do not hate it. Respect it. When you fail next time, breathe. Stand still. Ask the right question. What can this teach me? Then take one small action. Not 10, just one. Call someone. Study one page. Try one more time. Small action breaks fear. And fear is the real enemy. Failure is not your enemy. Fear of failure is. When you remove fear, failure becomes information. It becomes feedback. it becomes guidance. Now you are free. Free to try, free to fall, free to rise. This is how successful people think. They see failure as data. They see pain as training. They see mistakes as steps. You can think the same way. Start today. Look at your past failures. Do not feel shame, feel gratitude. They shaped you, they taught you, they made you stronger than you know. And your future failures, yes, they will come. Welcome them, because each one carries a gift, a lesson, a skill, a new level of strength. One day you will look back, you will see the pattern. Every fall pushed you forward. Every loss made you wiser. Every mistake made you better. And you will smile, because you finally understand. Failure was never against you. It was building you. This is the secret power successful people do not tell you. Now you know. Use it.
If this video inspired you or helped you learn something new, please take a moment to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the Motivation to Study English for 30 minutes every day. Your support is the energy that keeps us creating better and more meaningful videos every single day.